This is Jason with Chicago News, and we've got the all-new 2017 Subaru Impreza 2.0 Sport. New for 2017, they've changed the front fascia. There's a lot more different body lines here. The lights and lenses are changed. You know, overall, the Impreza has always been one of the best looking, especially compact sedans, but it's getting a little busy in the front here. They always like to change it up. We kind of like the last version better. A couple new design elements around the back too. These taillights have been changed, and as you can see, they jut out from the body. Now that we're inside this new 2017 Impreza, we can see what some of these changes are about. It's really not that much different mechanically. You still got the same opposed 4-cylinder engine and CVT transmission in the previous model. Obviously a lot of design changes. But one thing I'm noticing is that they've really upped the calibration on this transmission. CVTs can often feel like they're slipping a little bit. This one has a more direct feel. Again, our test car here is equipped with the manual shifter with shift paddles, which basically uses the CVT and set ratios, so you can pretend like you actually have a functioning transmission as opposed to a rubber band. But really, this is one of the better CVTs we've driven. Lower horsepower doesn't always suit CVT. We've only got 152 horsepower here, but they've also worked on the throttle calibration. Right at tip in, when you go to the throttle, you immediately feel a little bit of response. It's kind of lying to you a little bit because it's opening the throttle more than you're asking for, but it makes it feel powerful enough just around town. The only place it really lacks in acceleration is full throttle run. One of the best features of this Impreza is its price. It only starts at $18,300. It kind of makes it a bargain, but it doesn't necessarily feel or drive like a bargain car. And even our test car, with all these options, you've got the large screen infotainment, it's got their eyesight system, which is forward collision alert, all the active safety features. Even with all those options, we're at just over 26,000, so a great value here. There is a little bit to complain about on the inside as far as fit and finish. There's a little panel right here that transitions between the door and the dashboard, and not only do the pieces not actually line up, but the colors are slightly different. A couple things that kind of show you where they saved $1 or $2, but overall it's quite nice. You've got stitching up on the dash here. The steering wheel has nice grips, and it's a really sporty looking wheel. Generally speaking, this car feels sporty, and Subaru has, with the Impreza, a lot of racing history, and that shows through in some of the touches here. When talking about pricing, it's important to remember that this is an all-wheel drive vehicle. So when you look at budget options for all-wheel drive vehicles, there really aren't many out there. This is definitely, I think, your best bet. If you're looking for, you know, an entry-level price, but you want the security of all-wheel drive, especially, you know, in the Midwest here, we've got obviously winter to contend with. So this is a great way to get an entry-level price. If you've seen me review a car with a CVT before, you've probably seen me have some harsh words for it. It really comes down to the driving dynamics, which they've really improved here. But the real benefit is keeping the engine in a torque band all the time for optimum efficiency. Here, it nets 26 city, 36 highway, and depending on what model you get, up to 38, which for a non-hybrid 2-liter gas engine in a car this size is really good efficiency. As far as driving dynamics and handling go, this is really a great handling platform. It has been for years, but it does have a bit of ride harshness, a little bit of extra cabin noise that come along with that handling. But you know, for the price, for the budget here, it's really a fantastic value. In addition to all this great safety tech, we're getting a lot of lane alert here, which actually, it's a little bit sensitive, but that's kind of a good thing. You want to know if you're leaving the lane, and it's not overly obtrusive, so it hasn't been a bother like some systems can be. But in addition to all of those safety features, though, there's lots of great tech in the infotainment system, and we also have a fuel mileage display in the center. There's a fuel mileage graph here. There's just lots of different gauges, lots of LCD screens. It's a little on the busy side, but lots of information and a very usable system. This is available in 2 different body styles, the sedan that we're driving and also in hatchback. And you know, obviously it's a preference, but the hatch version is going to give you a lot more utility same general price and all the other specs are the same. So I think we would probably choose the hatch, but this is a really good looking sedan too. Even though we've got a ton of technology here, we do find some of the control systems a little bit clunky and busy. There's a lot of controls on the steering wheel, which is convenient in a way if you're just changing volume, but you've got all sorts of different settings for the radar cruise control and for the lane alerts. You've got cruise control, you've got stereo controls, all crammed right here onto the steering wheel. It could be spread out a little bit more. You've got, again, controls in lots of different areas. Kind of makes it a little busy. So let's see how this 2-liter accelerates. At full throttle, there's just not a lot of difference between when it's, you know, just around town and at part throttle. So again, 152 horsepower in a car this size, it doesn't quite get the job done. One thing I noticed right when getting in this Impreza, there's a real big wave in the windshield. It's a little bit distorted right in front of my eyes, and you know, I kind of figured, at least on a test car, that they might check something like that. I hope this isn't an issue with more of these, you know, maybe something with their supplier, but when you go test drive one, it's definitely something to make sure that you don't see. It's a little bit distracting, you know, I think every windshield has a little imperfection in it, but this one's pretty bad. So what do we think of this all-new Impreza? Well, it really is the platform that we already loved, with just some minor design changes, but some of the changes they've made to the driving dynamics and the calibration of the transmission, for instance, have made this an even better sedan. And when you look at the price point, the value, and the efficiency, and the fact that this is all-wheel drive, this is a great sedan.